Yo, what's good, family? It's your boy Vibe Master J, back at it with another deep dive into the wild world of hip-hop. Today we're talking about some of the most shocking rapper arrests and the crazy stories behind them. From the early 2000s to the latest headlines, these moments shook the culture and had everyone talking. So let's get into it. First up, we gotta talk about the time Lil Wayne got caught up. Back in 2007, Weezy was at the top of his game, dropping hits left and right. But things took a turn when he was arrested in New York City after police found a loaded .40 caliber pistol on his tour bus. New York has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, and they weren't playing around. Wayne ended up pleading guilty.
Lil Wayne pleads guilty to attempted weapon possession and is expected to receive a 1-year jail sentence.
And got hit with a year behind bars in Rikers Island. The man still managed to release Rebirth and I Am Not a Human Being while locked up. Talk about dedication to the craft. Same year, different rapper. T.I. got himself into some serious heat when he tried to buy machine guns and silencers just hours before he was supposed to perform at the BET Hip Hop Awards. The feds had been watching him for a minute, and they busted him in a sting operation. T.I. ended up serving 7 months in prison and had to do 1,000 hours of community service. It was a wild situation, but Tip managed to bounce back, dropping Paper Trail in 2008, which went on to be one of his biggest albums. Fast forward to 2011, and we're talking about Gucci Mane. Now, Gucci has had more than his fair share of legal issues, but one of the most shocking was when he was arrested for pushing a woman out of a moving vehicle. Yeah, you heard that right. This wasn't Gucci's first run-in with the law, but it was one of the most bizarre. He ended up serving 6 months for the assault charge. But if you know anything about Gucci, you know he came out of prison stronger, reinventing himself and becoming a major influence in the trap music scene. Next up, we gotta mention Bobby Shmurda. In 2014, the young Brooklyn rapper was riding high off the success of his hit single Hot Ninja. But just as quickly as he blew up, his career came crashing down when he was arrested on conspiracy and weapons charges. The case was part of a larger gang investigation, and Bobby ended up taking a plea deal that landed him 7 years in prison. The streets were buzzing with Free Bobby campaigns, and when he finally got out in 2021, it was like hip-hop welcomed him home with open arms. Now, let's talk about Meek Mill. Meek's legal issues have been a long saga, starting with a 2008 conviction for drug and gun charges, but it was in 2017 that things really hit the fan. Meek was sentenced to 4 years in prison for violating his parole after a couple of minor incidents, including popping wheelies on a dirt bike. The sentence sparked outrage across the country, with many arguing it was way too harsh. The Free Meek movement caught fire, and eventually, Meek was released after serving 5 months.
Meek Mill is out. There he is. He is out of prison. There he is. He just got out of what looks like an Escalade and he's headed into a chopper. Now, our Sal pal Antonio just reported that he did get it confirmed from Sixers PR that Michael Rubin, co-owner of the Sixers, was headed there to pick him up. That's probably his chopper, I would assume.
How do you organize this from the joint?
I seriously doubt he did.
His experience put a spotlight on the flaws in the criminal justice system, and he's since become a major advocate for reform. You know we can't do this without talking about 6ix9ine. In 2018, Tekashi 6ix9ine was arrested on racketeering charges, along with a bunch of his associates from the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. The charges were heavy, like facing life in prison heavy. But in a move that shocked everyone, 6ix9ine flipped, cooperating with the feds and testifying against his former crew. It was a wild turn of events that left the hip-hop world divided. Some called him a snitch, others said he did what he had to do. Either way, when he got out in 2020, he jumped right back into the music game. But the controversy still follows him. Next up, we've got YNW Melly. In 2019, the Florida rapper was arrested and charged with the double murder of 2 of his close friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. The details of the case are chilling, with prosecutors alleging that Melly staged the scene to look like a drive-by shooting. The case is still ongoing, with Melly facing the death penalty if convicted. It's a tragic situation, and the outcome of this case is something the entire hip-hop community is watching closely. 2019 was also the year A$AP Rocky got caught up overseas. Rocky was arrested in Sweden after a street fight, and ended up spending a month in jail before being found guilty of assault. The case drew international attention, with everyone from fans to celebrities to even President Trump calling for his release. Rocky's experience highlighted the differences in criminal justice systems around the world, and when he finally got home, it was clear that this was a moment that would stick with him forever. Kodak Black is no stranger to legal troubles, but in 2019, things got really serious when he was arrested on federal weapons charges. Kodak had lied on a gun application and was caught with weapons that he wasn't supposed to have as a convicted felon. He was sentenced to nearly 4 years in federal prison, but his sentence was later commuted by President Trump in 2021. Kodak's legal issues have been a constant in his career, but he's still out here making music and trying to stay out of trouble. Lastly, we got Pooh Shiesty, who was one of the hottest new names in the game before he got caught up in a robbery case in 2021. Shiesty was accused of shooting a man during a deal gone wrong in Florida. He ended up pleading guilty to a federal conspiracy charge and is now serving time. Pooh Shiesty's quick rise and fall is a reminder of how fast things can go left in this game if you're not careful. So there you have it, some of the most shocking rapper arrests and the stories behind them. These situations show just how real it can get in the hip-hop world. But if there's one thing we can learn, it's that your choices matter. As an independent artist, it's crucial to stay focused, keep your circle tight, and avoid the drama that can derail your career. And speaking of staying focused, if you're an artist looking to elevate your game, check out RapRecapLive.com. We're here to help you navigate the industry with artist development, marketing strategies, and all the tools you need to succeed. Don't let the streets pull you down. Rise above and make your mark. Until next time, it's your boy, Vibe Master J, signing off. Stay safe, stay grinding, and keep the music alive.